And Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. And I wanted to solve some questions here. So the question is requesting reduce to lowest terms, stating the restriction is on the variable. So I underlined the restriction is because you have to be careful. That one is important. So the expression is I have is, for example, if you have t plus 3 square over and t plus 1 and t plus 3. So if you wanted to solve this one, so this is equal. When it says restriction is on the variable, so you look at the denominator. So the denominator on the origin, okay, not after you simplify, not after you reduce, okay, not after the lowest term. So the restriction means you look the origin. So what makes it here 0? So as you can see the bottom, t plus 1, make it 0 when t is equal to -1. T plus 3, it will be 0 when t equal -3. So the restriction is in this question is t not equal to -1 and -3. So let me simplify first. Let me reduce. So the top one is t plus 3 times t plus 3 is 2 times because I have a square on top. On the bottom, I have t plus 1 times t plus 3. So as I thought, we reduce these two are same, it's gone. So what I have, my answer is t plus 3 over t plus 1. So that is the simplest form. But the t, we don't want it to equal to -1 and -3 as I said before, because if I substitute -1, the bottom will be 0, and if the denominator is 0, it will be undivided. And if I substitute by t -3, same, the bottom will be 0 because it's a product. So it's one part is 0, will multiply the other, it will all be 0. So we cannot take these numbers as a solution. So any other number, it will be part of the solution. So that is number 1. Number 2, you have x minus 1 over x squared plus 2x plus 1. So the top, we can make x minus 1 times x plus 1. Okay, the bottom, so you have two numbers. If you multiply, gives you 1, is 1 times 1. When I add, 1 plus 1 is 2. So it will be x plus 1 times x plus 1. As I said, the restriction, look here. So what makes 0 on the bottom? Both of them are same, it will be -1. So we simplify these two, it's gone. We have x minus 1 over x plus 1. So that is the lowest term. But x, we don't want it to equal to -1. We can't accept that number because that number makes my expression or my equation, whatever, in undivided way. Okay, question number 3, we have e squared plus 2e minus 35 over, here we have e squared plus 14e plus 49. All right, so when I wanted to factor on the numerator, I make two brackets, one is e here and the other one e here. Okay, so I am thinking two number, if I multiply equal -35. If I add equal 2, so 35 comes 7 times 5. But one of them will be negative. So which one? I look the middle is positive, the smaller number will be negative, which is -5. And the bigger one will be 7. So 7 minus 5 is 2, so which is the middle. And the bottom, we have 49. 49 can come only 7 times 7. So when I add them, it will be 14, which is the middle. So we have e plus 7 times e plus 7. then these two are cancelled. Before I cancel, look the restriction. So I have plus 7 here, and I have plus 7. It's one number only, it's negative 7. So this one is gone. My simplify lowest theorem, it will be e minus 5 over e plus 7, but e not equal to negative 7, because it's equal to negative 7, it will be the bottom 0, and that's not acceptable. The last example of my question today is, my lesson today, sorry, is m squared minus 2m minus 15 over m squared plus 12m plus 27. So when I wanted to factorize the top expression, so we have both negatives. So 15 comes what? 3 times 5. But the bottom, the middle is negative. The 5 can be taken negative. So it will be m minus 5 times m plus 3. So minus 5 plus 3, it will be negative 2. On the bottom, we have 27. 27 can come 3 times 9. 3 times 9 is 27. When I add, because both of them are positive, and when I add 9 plus 3 is 12. So it will be m plus 9 times m plus 3. So before I simplify, look the restriction. So what makes here m0, the bottom, it is negative 9 and negative 3. So this 2 is gone. So you have m minus 5 over m plus 9. That's the lowest theorem, but we don't accept if m is equal negative 9 and negative 3, because this makes the bottom, the denominator, by this makes the denominator 0, which is undivided. Okay, that's it for today. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.